everyone, I'm coming back on to do a craft with me type video. As you all know, if you watch my channel, I'm having a 1200 subscriber challenge giveaway on my channel, and I want to recreate the embellishments that people are sending me. I'm doing this because I have kind of lost my crafty mojo lately and just feel uninspired to try to craft sometimes. And I've got all kinds of Maggie Holmes stuff that I have collected over the last 3 or so years. And for some reason, I just cannot bring myself to craft with it. So I'm asking people to send me 2 embellishments that they've created using Maggie Holmes paper or a Maggie Holmes inspired project that I can create some embellishments with. So I've already done one. My first entry was from Leanna, and I was able to make a couple of embellishments, and I sent her the embellishments that I made, and she did do a little a video sharing them. So thank you, Leanna. So my goal is to continue to recreate the embellishments that I receive. And these in front of me here are from Christine. And she also sent a really pretty shaker card with vellum on the front. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is pick out some rosettes that I already have made. And then I'm going to go on the hunt for some stickers and other elements. I believe these background here maybe is a suitcase. All right, well, I'm going to get started. I'm going to first find some rosettes, and I do have a large jar here of rosettes. So I'm just going to pull from this and then use some rosettes that I already have made. So here's my rosettes. That's what I'm going to use. And now I'm going to go get the dies to cut out the suitcases. And I think I will pull out my Maggie Holmes, the pile of papers I said I was going to use to make all my embellishments. So let me go grab those, and I will be right back. All right, here's the Chaos Craft suitcase die. I have not even taken it out of the package. I think maybe I'm going to use the larger suitcase just so it kind of overhangs the edges a little bit for layering on top of, because that's how Christine did with hers back here. It's a little larger than the rosette. I'm just going to use the background of the suitcase, I think. I've got one a 6x8 garden party that I've already started using. I think I have 2 more of these. So this one I've already started using, and I'd be happy to continue to use it. I'm going to do one in pink and one in the, I don't know what to call that. All right, I have a scrap of gold paper here. So I'm trying not to take this die apart. I don't want to waste paper either. So the thing I need is right there in the middle. So I will just cut a square. I need 2 of them. All right, let me put this aside, and before I do anything, I'm going to glue those handles on so they don't get lost. not even quite sure. Did that one not cut out? Man. Sometimes when you got the gold, the top layer doesn't always cut out. Okay. Now I'm going to get my little tweezers to help me out here, because this is very small. And I believe I'm going to put it right there. Could be totally wrong, but at least it'll be a little peekaboo thing sticking out. Okay, so all I need is glue like here and here. All right, so there's one. Okay. I'll figure out if I want to use those or not. Okay, there's my suitcase bases. So, I don't know if I'm going to use this rosette or not. There and there. And I don't think I'm going to need these little gold. I don't even know where they would go, really. Maybe they might go, yeah, I don't know. Are they the feet, maybe? I could do that. Let me... All right, there we go. Now, let me look here. See. Okay, there's a layer. There's some meshy material back there behind both of these. And I think I've got some, I'll see what colors I have for that. I feel like it would pop a little bit with the pink. So let me do the pink. I am going to have to find some more. I might have to trim these a little, but I'm just going to leave it as is for now. Okay, now let's, you know what else I need? The film strip. I should have some already cut out. So let me grab those. I've got a stash here of film strips. That's a good step. And I already have these all ready to go. This is the die set from Michael's. And I also have some little houses cut out. Actually, I might have something in gold in here I can use. I'm getting ahead of myself. Got a little swan, and oh gosh, I have a goose. Would that work? Let's see, why not? Let's see, it's stuck back in here. I've got a house too. All right, that's all I'm gonna pull from there, because I gotta find stickers to layer with, because she's got lots of layers happening here. So let me get more focused on what I should be doing. All right, so I'm gonna go with the word sentiments. Maybe these two, or Love and Darling. I'm thinking I'm more inclined to do these two. Yeah, just because of the colors. Okay, so I'm going to use those. This is not as easy as you think when you're trying to create from someone else's to make it look similar. All right, I had to take a little break. I grabbed a sandwich, and I tend to get into my head at this point, so I've got a bunch of random stuff here, and I need to just remove everything for now. And I'm going to start by, let's see, I'm gonna trim off the excess of the mesh here, so it's not sticking over the edge of, I guess, my suitcase. And it'll just be sticking out a little bit. Perfect. I pulled out some of my Dollar Tree stickers that I've had in my stash. And I'm gonna see if I can find some layering elements, because she's got a lot of stuff layered up here. Chipboard pieces, stickers. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit of that, like what she has done. I think what I should probably go ahead and do is go ahead and lay down my suitcase. And I think I'm just going to glue it in the middle. That way, if I decide I'm going to tuck something behind the suitcase, I'll still be able to get in there. And I'm not a fan of hot glue, so you're not going to see me using hot glue. Sometimes I do on rosettes, but I am not going to. I'm going to first, I think I'm going to pop the suitcase up on a little foam. So let me grab a piece of foam tape, or two. I'll probably use two. I am going to put some glue on the backs. I just like to double it up. Okay, so then I've got the film strip. And I am going to use the goose and the swan. Looks like on one, it was just kind of in the background. This one is going to be more in the front. Okay, then I'm going to grab this floral and this floral out, I think. Sorry, we are very far away, aren't we? This one is gonna go back here. Hopefully I will be able to get it back in there. Okay. Hopefully that is gonna stay in place. And then this one, whoops. Well, it's not glued down yet, so I am gonna put that one in front on this one. So let me get some glue on there. There. I want to make sure the yellow is gonna, okay. So far, I like how these are looking. Let me get a rainbow. I got these at Pop Shelf for $1. I'll use this one. I just need to figure out where I'm going to place it. Just layering just the way she's got a bunch of stuff layered on here. So I think I'll put it like that. First, let me get a little bit of glue on the film strip. Don't really need a lot because it's going to be covered up. I lost my sticker over here. Okay, so let me just put that there, and then I'm going to put a little glue on the back here. I think I will put that just here. The swan is gonna go like, I gotta find my word sentiment I decided to use. I think I'm gonna use this. Okay. Let me look at my sample. So I think I'll put this maybe put that there, and the swan can go there. I like it. Okay. Let me put the swan on, or goose, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, she doesn't have any foam tape between any of her layers, so I'm gonna do it just like she did. And now I have a lot of gold on here already with the gold in there and the gold handle, and the goose has gold and that word has gold. So I probably don't need to do any stickles, but I'll see. I'm happy with how that's turning out. Let me just put that aside to dry, and then we'll see. Get my other, gonna get hugs and kisses here. And I'm not gonna put the film strip on this one. I think I might put this like that. The goose is gonna go here, and I'm gonna put this up here. Okay, so let me first put some glue on this house. And the goose is gonna go here. I ordered a bundle of 100 little dies from Allie, and this goose and the swan were a couple of the dies, so I cut them all out in gold, and just had it in my stash. And then this is going to go on top here like that. My rosette is still drying. All right, I'm going to put this maybe like right here. All right, guys, I am getting ready to put some finishing touches on my little embellishments. So I have these little bows that I ordered off of Amazon, and I just love them. So I think I will be using these on here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here now so I can figure out where I need to fill in some spots. I know I'm using a lot of glue, but I want to make sure it stays down. This one on here, thinking maybe right in here or up there. Just because this spot here just kind of looks like it needs something. So I'm going to put the bow there. All right. Let those dry, and then I can see this is still popping up here. I may have to get my glue gun out after all. Maybe I'll do this blue here. Okay. And then a couple of jimmies. Okay, where am I putting the butterfly? That's where I need to start. I'm gonna use am I using the pink one here? Yeah, the butterfly's going there. Okay, so let's get the butterfly. Butterfly there. And the butterfly on the other one. Maybe I'll put some stickles on the butterfly. Let those dry. I think they're looking good. They're coming along. Okay, I think they are looking pretty good. I'm gonna do a little bit of bling on the butterfly. I'm gonna use diamond, I think, just to add a little sparkle to the butterfly. Since I already have some gold going on here, I'm not going to do the... All right, I'm gonna do it on the butterfly. Just gonna do the whole thing, I think. Looks pretty. I'll do this one. Oh. Okay, now definitely need to let these dry. I could put a flower on here, but maybe I won't because my samples do not have a flower on them. I did not use a puffy sticker. That's okay. I used a piece of chipboard. And I don't really have any of these enamel stickers like these hearts, but I did use that one. So I think I'm pretty happy with what I did. This is what I'm going with. I did it. It took me a while. Now these just have to dry completely. Hopefully this one is gonna eventually stick. If it doesn't, I'm going to get my glue gun out, but everything else is going to dry. Then I'm going to find a piece of paper to put them on and put them in a package. I think I'm going to go with the stripe. Okay, so I want this to be, my bag is, I'm going to do 4.5 by 5.5. So 5. 4.5. Okay. All right. Then I can make my bag topper out of this. This will be what my background paper will be. Look how cute they look on there. Okay. Sometimes I feel like when I have a purpose for making something and knowing that it is going to somebody, it does make it easier for me to work on things. So let me get all these back in here, get my work area cleaned up a little bit, and then I got to work on making a bag topper. All right, I finished my bag topper off camera. I just made it very simple. Oops, sorry about that. And I had made this hat using some of the Maggie Holmes paper collection. And I just decided to put that on here to make my bag topper. And I did use a little bit of pink snow mesh. I just have a scrap of it, so I just used a little bit to put behind the hat, and I added a white flower on top here. I think that might still be drying. So I also put my finished rosettes on a piece of paper, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. I did end up getting my hot glue gun out because this glue for some reason just was not setting up. So I did let me show you the originals from Christine. Here are hers. And she kept her layers pretty flat. There are still some sequins just floating around in here. Let me see. Get those out. And then you can see what well, that's going to stay there. There's some more sequins back here, I believe. Oh no, she's got like a little star or circle thing back here. And I did not notice that before because I did not remove the sequins. There we go. But there is a flower or a circle with some iridescent paper back there, and I love that. Let me see. I can't tell what's under it. But all the little layers were pretty flat. She did have a puffy sticker on her top layer and these large words here. And the second one has the film strip and the swan, the enamel dots, puffy sticker back here. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then here are mine. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. Sorry, I need to zoom out a little bit. Did not realize. So a side-by-side comparison. They are quite different, actually, but I'm okay with that. I used the inspiration from how she layered her rosettes, and I did use a layer of the mesh back here as my base layer. Then I put my little suitcase on top of that as like my foundation piece, which she has the, I guess this is a suitcase back here or a camera. So I did the same thing because I struggle with that. And I do realize that I need a foundation piece on top of my rosette. So that was very helpful to look at. Then I just layered it up. I have a film strip, so I used that. Put a rainbow sticker back there. This paper here is from Maggie Holmes. Very Maggie Holmes inspired with the goose and the pink and the mint. I love it. And then this one has a goose also, or swan. I'm not sure if that's a goose or a swan. I did use some chipboard flower stickers, just like what she used. Some flower stickers. And I added a couple of flat back pearls on mine. And I did use some stickles. She had used gold stickles on hers. And I used some, what color was this? Diamond stickles on my butterfly here and here. So pretty. And mine were more chunky because my rosettes started out more chunky. Oh, and this sentiment here is from your Rosie's Studio sticker pack that I had been gifted. And she had also added the enamel starburst back here. So I added one to mine right there. So my bag topper is very simple. And what did I do with my cello bag? Here we go. I am going to put some, so she put sequins in hers. I'm going to use some of these. If I can get them out, because these colors go really nicely. And I do have a huge bag of these that I got at Michael's, so I am going to put a bunch in here, and hopefully they will be okay in there. Oops. Oh. And I've got some other jimmies I'm putting in here. I'll just have them on the table. There's a purple one. So, yeah, I should put a few more in there. There is no purple in here, but there is a little bit of purple in the Maggie Holmes paper. Okay, so I'm going to put my finished rosettes down in this bag, and I put some pretty little shaker mix in here that I thought would be appropriate for this paper that I used and the colors. There we go. There's a lot of them that fall behind, which maybe is not a bad thing. Okay, I totally forgot I was recording. I put my bag topper on. I added a little bit of lace trim just to break it up from the packaging. Since I used the same type of paper, I felt it needed that, and just put that on with double-sided tape. And I was going to put a couple of gems right here, and I grabbed those and stuck them all in the package. Let's see. What do I have sitting here I can use? Probably nothing. That will be the finishing touch on here. Okay. And I have felt very inspired to create number one because I wanted to emulate her layering and try to recreate something based on what she made. And I think I did a pretty good job. I had a lot of fun doing these. I think they turned out really pretty. And I hope that, Christine, I hope you like these. So thank you very much for joining my challenge giveaway. And I look forward to hopefully receiving some more embellishments so I can continue to recreate them. These were a lot of fun to put together. And it does take me a long time. I started these this morning and it is now probably 1 o'clock. So it definitely takes me a long time to get through these when I start working on them. But I had a lot of fun. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And I'll see you in my next video. I do have one more to start working on. I got one other entry so far. So I'm gonna hopefully try to start working on those today. So stay tuned for that upcoming video. All right, everyone. Bye. Have a great day.